Welcome to Te Lo Cuento News English. This is space with flavor, accents, and integration. We are very happy to have here Gracia Cabrera. She is running for the legislature candidate in Jackson County. But the first, let's see the people that help make possible this. This segment is presented by Kansas City Football Club, the High Law Firm, the bilingual lawyers in Missouri, U.S. Bank, La Mesa Mexican Restaurant.
Shelter Insurance, this is Charles.
Afternoon, Charles.
Joshua?
Does shelter insurance cover shiny red cars?
Yeah.
What about purple vans?
Also, yes.
Monster trucks?
You know we offer car insurance, son. What's going on?
From shiny red cars to purple minivans, we're your shield, we're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Matt Cathy in St. Joseph today for a free insurance review.
Well, we will review the state of the city. So for that, we have Gracia Cabrera. As I told you, she's running for the Jackson County legislature. Gracia, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here today.
We love to have Latinos running for any position. So tell us, what is the reason that making you to start doing this campaign?
Well, I work in my line of work. I do health insurance, and I'm working with a lot of seniors, and I'm watching them lose their homes even when they've been paid off due to what recently happened with the property taxes. The reason for that, and it's important to always look at why something happened so that we learn from history and don't repeat it. We fired the assessors and hired a company called Tyler Tech, and this company started assessing the homes incorrectly and shot the property taxes through the roof. And as a result, we've had some chaos in the county, a lot of appeals, and even a lawsuit against the county.
So if you won the primary, you will be running for the general election. And as you told me, we do this always in English and Spanish. You are running by large. So how do you think that you will be able to accomplish something about this? Because you will be one person in a room full of many others. How do you think you can create a coalition of support for really solving a problem that it's a conversation, it's a daily conversation in the people that is resident of the Jackson County?
I think it's really important to have integrity and to have a servant's heart so that I can bring forth the concerns of the constituents. Since I'm at large, I represent not only the 2nd District, but also the entire county. And I will make sure that I hear their concerns and bring them forth into the county legislature so that they hear firsthand what their constituents are suffering. And it's not about me. It's going to be about the people I represent and what they're struggling with. And there's several issues that they're struggling with. They've been struggling with the property taxes. A lot of people have sold their homes and left. We're being overlooked, and people are moving to Kansas because they don't want to deal with our property taxes. We're dealing with a homelessness problem and crime issues. And I want to help address all of that. And it is very important to be able to communicate and work well with others. But my main concern is the constituents, and it's going to be their concerns what I'm bringing forth, not an agenda that I came up with.
And talk about that concerns. And I will say something that maybe don't sound right, but I will do it. When everybody's in campaign, everybody's very open to talk. You have your phone number there, in fact. for the people contact and you for be able to connect with you. But after the people is in the office, many times the situation change. The relationship with the community change. Let's put it in that way. So how do you thinking, because you talked about the constitution, how they will be part, a strong part of whatever you do? How do you plan to maintain this connection and don't be disconnect? Because again, even if you have hundreds of messages in Facebook, looks like many times our officials are disconnect for the city, for the county, from the state, and even from the country where they live, for what is happening. So how do you plan to do that?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and I've experienced that myself as a constituent. But I want to have quarterly town halls, and I want to have them all throughout the entire county so that I'm able to hear firsthand what's going on in each area and address the concerns. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot of areas that are getting the least attention, and I want to make sure that I prioritize them, because usually what ends up happening is that the loudest group ends up being prioritized, and I want to make sure that the ones that are not getting the attention, that are not the loudest, are also being addressed and their concerns fixed, because some of the simplest things are not being addressed with them, like street lights, for example. It seems so simple, but yet they don't have street lights in many areas or neighborhoods, and that's a very dangerous thing. So I want to make sure that I do town halls and online surveys, and I build a good relationship with neighborhood associations and nonprofit organizations and faith-based organizations as well, so that I can build off of that a good relationship, and they feel free to just reach out to me.
So I need to talk about something, because actually one of the biggest reasons we have this space in English is because it's migrants, journalists talk to our migrants community, but also to our first generation Latinos. They grow up here, they speak English, they prefer English over the Spanish, and many times they are who have the superpower to vote, but they don't go to vote. So as young Latina running for a position, we see our first mayor in the city of Lee Summit a few months ago. We are seeing the city manager of Kansas City be Latino. So how important, or how you can convince our young Latino generation the importance of their participation in the local elections?
We end up placing a lot of focus on federal versus local, but the biggest impact to your pocket and your daily life is going to be the local elections. If you're trying to start a business, and Latinos are extremely entrepreneurial, and I love that. If you're trying to start a business, if you're dealing with permits and properties, and you're dealing with taxes and pretty much anything, you're going to want to pay attention to local elections and who's going to take away the red tape for you to succeed in your business, for you to be able to have smooth sailing into a successful business. So you want to pay attention to the local elections. In August, we're going to have the primaries. I'm not going to be on the ballot for the primaries because I don't have an opponent. But in the general elections on November 3rd, I will be on the ballot for the 2nd district at large. So please look at my website, call me, ask me questions. I want to be able to be accessible and answer any questions you might have on where I stand. But definitely local elections are where you're going to want to pay attention. And talking about local elections, you want to pay attention to your school board, because despite what happens in Jackson County in the legislature, the schools can set their own, they can affect the taxes, the property taxes. They can increase them through their budget. So if you're paying, you have to pay attention to the school boards, and you have to pay attention to the county and municipal elections.
Time go fast, but I don't want to finish this without asking you about immigration. We know the local authorities have nothing to do with immigration, it's nothing they can enforce, but we also see the spike of immigration arrest in the metropolitan area of Kansas City. So how is your position about that? We listened the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, talked about the topic, the Kansas City, Kansas, and is something that you can do or that you want to do it?
So the county legislature, unfortunately, has very little to do with immigration, as you mentioned. I think what we can do is build connections and relationships with the prosecutor's office to look at the criminal records of a lot of immigrants. Because I know that immigration is, ICE is looking at criminal records. And there's probably some things that are very minimal, and the person is already, the immigrant is already on their pathway to a legal status, and they've been working on it, and they've been doing everything correctly, and yet because of that one blotch in their record, they're being targeted. So that I would really like to be able to do something about it. And I unfortunately cannot make any promises, but that's definitely something I want to look into to see what I can do from my position to help people like that. And if there's anything that I can do to cut red tape from farmers, farm workers, or any other industry and field where immigrants based on merit can come here and work, I would love to be able to support something like that.
Well, thank you, Gracie, for being with us. You have the number. Use the number. Use the number, because this is what is democracy about. Democracy is about have the conversation. And as always say, you can be agree or disagree. I encourage you to have the conversation. Usually, I actually love have the conversation with the people that I disagree, because most of the time we find at least something that we have in common, and we're moving forward in the situation that we are coming. So good luck for you. And we hope, and we are very happy to see Latinos running. Hopefully we are seeing more Latinos running in different counties and in different areas of Kansas and Missouri. Thank you, Gracia.
Thank you.
This segment is presented by Kansas City Football Club, the High Law Firm, the bilingual lawyers in Missouri, U.S. Bank, La Mesa Mexican Restaurant,
Shelter Insurance, this is Charles.
Afternoon, Charles.
Joshua?
Does shelter insurance cover shiny red cars?
Yeah.
What about purple vans?
Also, yes.
Monster trucks?
You know we offer car insurance, son. What's going on?
From shiny red cars to purple minivans, we're your shield, we're your shelter.
See shelter agent Matt Cathy in St. Joseph today for a free insurance review.